and welcome back here after timeout as Georgia Southern has inbounded the ball for the Mountaineers. Georgia Southern moving into the paint, gonna get a whistle. Mountaineers now moving down the floor. Tafisi with the ball, trying to draw up a play for her teammates as players are moving in and around on the baseline. Emily Carver and Zeta Porter. Tafisi pitched it into Zeta Porter, who pitched it back to Tafisi, but the layup will be incomplete. Eagles now with the ball on the left side of the floor. Still trying to move into the paint. Gaines is going to try and find Simmons in the paint and come up short. Now, go ahead, Margaret.
It's been a great game so far. A lot of threes from the Mountaineers. Very interesting to watch.
And Parachek is going to come up. Is going to come up with the assist for Zeta Porter from the jumper. Eagles moving around the floor, moving to the left side. Zeta Porter in coverage on the Eagles. Eagles trying to find something, moving to the right side of the floor now. Switching the sides. Parachek in coverage and is going to bounce it out of bounds off of Gwynn for a Mountaineer ball.
Parachek has been doing great on defense today. She's just been like kind of like a wall coming for the other team.
App State Mountaineers with the ball after the ball bounced out of bounds on Gwynn. Tafisi moving to the right side of the floor. Parachek going to take a deep two and come up unsuccessful. Simmons with the rebound. Eagles coming with some tempo on the other side of the floor. Comes up short. Now making a play inside. We got a whistle. That's going to be a travel on number 32, Leah Johnson.
Yeah, Leah Johnson, she tried to get that shot in, but almost didn't make it, so it kind of looked like it.
Alara Sharp on what play to run as she dribbles down the floor. Tafisi moving to the left side of the floor. Can't find anything on coverage. Zeta Porter now with the ball at the top of the key. Moving in for Moffitt. Moffitt's going to shoot right over her defender, and it's just going to bounce, and out. But Carver with an offensive rebound finds Zeta Porter in the corner. Can't find anything. Thankfully doesn't get trapped. Hagee is found by Moffitt on the other side of the floor and unsuccessful from the three-point line. Now here comes Simmons for the Eagles. Eagles moving to the right side of the floor. At the top of the key, finds Gaines in the paint. Gaines going to take a little mid-range two and sinks it. It is 20-12 with 5 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the second quarter. Hagee now with the ball. Goes in and around as she found nothing in the paint. Moffitt for two. Unsuccessful. Zeta Porter thought she could find her there and get a quick mid-range jumper, but fails. Now, Eagles are looking at their coach, calling out a play. Everyone's getting set into position. The ball moves to the right side of the floor with Eddings. Eddings can't find anything. Gaines now with something. Tafisi hits the ball out of her hands, but Gaines holds on to the ball. Now, finds in the middle. We have a whistle on the floor. It's going to be a shooting foul on the Mountaineers as Leah Johnson got the bucket to extend their deficit to only 6 points now instead of 8.
Yeah, this is Leah Johnson's ball. She's about to make 2 free throws. Let's see if she makes them.
Leah Johnson at the charity stripe. Zeta Porter just subbed out of the game for the Mountaineers. Marinera back in for the Mountaineers. And sinks her one and only free throw attempt. Tafisi with the ball as she's dribbling down the floor for the Mountaineers on the right side. Guarded by Leah Johnson. Nothing there. Tafisi finds Hagee in the paint. And who's going to pitch it out to Marinera outside the arc. And Emily Carver and Riley Moffitt fighting the Eagles for the ball. Going to get another possession for the Mountaineers. Tafisi tried to find something driving into the paint. However, her quickness doesn't help her there as the Eagles were ready for it. Eagles ball. Eagles moving it around the arc now on their side of the floor. Finds Leah Johnson in the paint. However, we're going to get a whistle after a missed layup attempt. The ball bounces off of Johnson for App State ball. Akla Nokvadotic now in for the Mountaineers. Hagee to inbound. Nokvadotic passing half court, setting up another play for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers, right side of the floor, finds Carver in the deep right corner, unsuccessful. We have another whistle on the floor. It's going to be Eagles ball.
Carver almost had that shot, but not quite, just bounced off the rim.
Eagles inbound the ball as Akinsola brings it down for the Mountaineers. Deciding where to go, still really struggling to get the ball, and the only hope has been Leah Johnson. Takes a three from the App State bench and comes up short. That was Shanti Simmons. Now, Mountaineers playing with some tempo to gain an edge on the Eagles. Finds it. Moffitt, who's signaling binoculars with her hands as Mariners saw right through that Eagles defense and found Moffitt in the paint for a two.
Yeah, beautiful shot from Moffitt, averaging 7.1 points per game. She's doing pretty good this game.
Eagles on the left side of the floor. Find Leah Johnson near the arc. Doesn't know where to go with the ball. Finds her teammate Eddings. Eddings is going to take a little mid-range too. Unsuccessful. A lot of mid-range shot attempts so far for both of these programs, especially the Eagles, as they're struggling to get past the arc and into the paint. Hagee, though, having no trouble to get through the arc and into the paint, as Hagee's going to do a little layup there, even double covered.
Yeah, beautiful shot from Emily Hagee.
Eagles moving to the left side of the floor, trying to make Leah Johnson work with something in the paint there, but there is nothing, as Moffitt and Nabra were in coverage. However, when Simmons drives to the basket, we get a whistle on the floor, and it's going to be Rylan Moffitt. Asia Ennis is going to sub in for the Mountaineers.
Looks like Eagles get 2 free throw shots.
As they are in the bonus.
Yes.
Zeta Porter now in for the Mountaineers. Alar Sharp doing staggered substitutions at the moment. Simmons to the line for the Mountaineers. Sinks her third shot of the day from the charity stripe. That free throw shot is going to end a 2-minute scoring drought for the Eagles. That is 24-16 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this half. Nokvadotic with the ball. Finds Porter in just outside the paint. Great play, as this is definitely adding range to this Mountaineer offense. Something that the Eagles are struggling to find, as Akinsola now brings the ball down for the Eagles to try and find something to work. Akinsola to the right side of the floor. Passing the ball around the arc. Eagles trying to find a way in. No one's in the paint. Simmons is calling for the ball. Eddings finds her teammate in the paint, working up against Nokvadotic, and is going to come up with the points. That is Leah Johnson. Now Mountaineers bringing the ball back down. 1:50 to go in the half. Asia Ennis just from the charity stripe like it was a free throw. That's another 2 for the Mountaineers. It is 28-18 with 1:40 to go. Eagles trying to cut down this double-digit lead. The Mountaineers are 4 of their last 4, and Leah Johnson's going to break into that double-digit lead, working up against Parachik in the paint. However, Mara Nehra is going to have a 3 attempt and come up short, as it is in and out. We're playing with tempo here in the Holmes Convocation Center, as the Eagles are trying to keep momentum on their side if they can find anything from that last bucket from Leah Johnson. Eagles on the right side of the floor with the ball. Akinsola going to find something. However, Parachik's going to hit the floor, and it's a foul on Leah Johnson. Leah Johnson's going to sub out of the game, showing some clear frustration on that foul call. possibly disappointed in herself off of that one.
Probably, yeah.
Zeta Porter to inbound the ball for the Mountaineers. Porter's going to have the ball as the Mountaineers set up this possession. We are under a minute to go here in the first half. 28-20. Perachik at the top of the free throw line. Finds nothing. Nokvadotic working out of the left corner. But this cross-court pass is going to be intercepted by Simmons. Simmons working up against Asia Ennis. Ennis gonna take the blocking foul. Drawing the foul. Great heads-up awareness by Asia Ennis to get down the floor and get her feet set so that Simmons could not capitalize on the Mountaineer turnover.
Yeah, that was an amazing play. Definitely a little crazy.
Zeta Porter inbound to Eliana Tafisi as she subs in for Nokvadotic. 40 seconds to go in this game. Tafisi moving around the arc, finds Marinera. Neira's gonna work against the Eagles, making some sweet moves in there. However, it's gonna be unsuccessful. Their shot play clock is all out as we are at 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Mountaineers trying to hold on to this 8-point lead going into the half. Eagles killing time. 9 seconds, 8, 7, moving in, double covered, trying to make something work. It's gonna be Gwen is gonna take a deep three and be unsuccessful, miss the mark. Porter's gonna chuck the ball, almost hit a camera person on accident. She's laughing about it as the Mountaineers are heading into the locker room right now. Great way to end the first half by your Mountaineers. App State holding on to that 8-point lead at the half. It is 28-20 going into the half, but you don't go anywhere. This game could switch on a dime as we don't know what these teams are going to talk about in the locker room. However, we know the Eagles are playing with a chip on their shoulder as the last time they were here, Faith Alston, former App State Mountaineer, scored her 1,000th point against them. So definitely trying to break this winning streak by the Mountaineers and get an upset here at the Holmes Convocation Center. It is 28-20. You are listening to App State Women's Basketball on 90.5 WASU. As the teams start to huddle back up, everyone has taken the floor again. We're about to start second half of action here in the Holmes Convocation Center. Ruby, what do you got for us down on sideline?
Let me tell y'all, the energy down here is absolutely crazy. You can really tell that both teams are putting their all into this game. And with all of the blocks and fouls and everything that's gone on in the first half of this game so far, the tension between both teams keep rising. We're conference rivals, and both of these teams really, really want this win, and you can definitely tell.
Georgia Southern coming up short. Last time they were in Boone, North Carolina, looking to come on top again here today. As both teams come back out onto the floor. Marguerite, what are you watching going into this second half?
Oh, I'm expecting to see a lot more steals, probably from Eagles. They've had 7 steals so far in this game, Mountaineers 0, so they're doing pretty good on that. I'd like to see the Eagles maybe score a little bit more. They keep shooting and missing, so maybe they can get some of those in, really lock in. It'd be great.
Eagles shooting 28% of the field as the Mountaineers shoot 43% from the field. Definitely something we didn't expect. The Mountaineers to have so many turnovers with the 7 steals on the Eagles side, as we thought the roles would be switched, as the Eagles have struggled with maintaining possession. Now as Eddings inbounds the ball for the Eagles, we're going to start the second half of action as the Eagles are going to move inside for Gaines, and we're going to get a whistle on the floor. And it's going to be a travel on Gaines. Got to dribble when you pick up the ball.
Yeah, can't just hold on to it.
How the game works. Tafisi now coming down the floor with Akinsola and coverage for the Eagles. Tafisi leaning towards the left side of the floor, doesn't find anything. Now back dead straight at the top of the key. Porter finds Parachik in the corner. 4-3. Thought the bounce might bounce into the basket, but just bounces straight off. No good from the three-point line. Akinsola tries to find something in the paint, but passes it back out to Eddings at the top of the key. Moving the ball around to the right side of the floor, the Eagles. Gaines tries to find something. Parachik in coverage. Eddings tries to find something. Tafisi has her covered, but then Gaines shakes Parachik, but is unsuccessful from the mid-range too. Hagee now has the ball for the Mountaineers. Tafisi tries, dribbles through 2 defenders, but doesn't want to go up against Gaines in the paint. Then, look at that. Porter, great 2-point attempt, even with Gaines in her face, even fell down afterwards, but still came up successful.
Yeah, beautiful shot from Porter. She always just is making baskets, and she's really good at that.
Something we expect from Porter, as she's been consistently the team high scorer, but Gaines finds Gwynn in the paint for the Eagles. Eagles in press coverage as Tafisi works against the Eagles defenders down the floor. Finds Carver as she takes the 2 from the App State bench, but comes up short. The ball in the right corner for the Eagles at the moment. Eddings calling a play for her teammates, trying to find a window to make it into the paint, something that the Eagles have really struggled with, really finding any momentum there. Going to take a 3 from their deep left corner. Who needs to drive to the paint when you can shoot a 3 like how Nicole Gwynn just did from that corner?
Yeah, beautiful shot from Gwynn. Yeah, absolutely great three-pointer.
Here you go, Parachik now given the ball by Emily Carver.
Parachik has been killing it this game, not only with defense, but with also offense.
Eagles trying to find something in the paint. Simmons working against Hagee, and is going to get a quick 2-point basket. It is 32-27. That 8-point lead at the half is now a 5-point lead for the Mountaineers.
Definitely anybody's game.
7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tafisi looking for her teammates in the paint. Can't find anyone, so it's still working on the arc. 10 on the play clock. Finds Porter, moving to the left, and still finds a way to hone in on the basket for the 2-pointer. Great shot, staying focused on where to go with the ball. Gaines with the ball, moving around. finding her teammates, but as her teammate drives in, Eddings is going to pitch it out to Gaines for the three. Comes up unsuccessful. Eagles are going to get an offensive rebound by Gwynn. She's motioning to the refs that she did not pick up her left foot, rotating around, picking up her hands like, what is that call? However, refs came up with their call.
I think I agree with the refs.
Not biased at all.
No.
App State with the ball now. Hagee moving to the left side of the floor. Tries to get it to Carver in the corner of by App State's bench. Looks like Nicole Gwynn is slow to get up after chasing the ball down after she broke up the pass, but or my bad, it's going to be Simmons. And Simmons just feeling it in her back a little bit there. You got to think the amount of times that these basketball players hit the floor, like,
yeah,
it's got to build up over time.
They're definitely really good at shaking it off. Just keep going.
Adjusting the spot where Porter will inbound the ball for the Mountaineers now, just next to the Mountaineer bench. Gets it to Tafisi, fakes the two-pointer, and pitches it out to her teammate, Hagee. What a three!
Hagee is actually leading in points. She was leading in points earlier. She's doing great this game.
Hagee back on top with 11 points. You were correct, Marguerite, as the lead scorer for App State in this game so far. We're going to have a whistle on the play as Gaines tried to get the ball into the paint to her teammate. It's going to be a foul on Rylan Moffitt. Something we got to watch here. Moffitt picking up fouls as Moffitt subs out of the game for Elena Pericic. Moffitt can pick up some quick fouls, and Sharp tends to sub her right out just because she doesn't want Moffitt with too many fouls getting towards the end of the game. Now, as the Mountaineers working on the inside with India Green now on the floor for the Mountaineers.
India Green has had some awesome plays this year, averaging 105 field goals made this season.
Carver wide open from three, and she's gonna swish it for her first points of the night. We're even gonna get a timeout from the Eagles off that point. Great way for the Mountaineers to gain some momentum here as they are on an 8-0 run. They are 4 of their last 4 right now here in Boone, North Carolina at the Holmes Convocation Center. It is 40-27 with 5 minutes and 37 seconds to go in this third quarter. Don't go anywhere. You were listening to 90.5 WASU on YouTube. After the Mountaineers have picked up some serious momentum, making 4 of their last 4. It's 40-27 here at the Holmes Convocation Center. Ruby, what is the energy like down there? How do they have this lead?
It is amazing. And outside of just this basketball game, I have to pay attention to this pep band over here. I think that they are the loudest group of people in this whole building so far. And as a former band kid myself, I just know they are having more fun than anybody in this building right now with all of the chants and cheering that they have been doing.
Ruby, I think that was the greatest sideline report ever. Props to the
Well,
pep
thank
band.
you.
I mean, come on. As they get ready to hype us back up, they're all grooving to this music that we have going on right now. But yeah, Marguerite, what do we want to know about India Green? She just subbed in for her first points of the game. A little peculiar because she normally plays. She played 33 minutes in this last game. So what was the hold of her not being out there in the first half?
I'm not quite sure, but she is the only player to stick with head coach Hannah Hayden this year, coming back as a returning player.
Definitely peculiar, something that we see a lot with athletes nowadays with all these new NIL deals. People are constantly going in and out, transfer portal, definitely a huge factor in the college game as we know it. Now as the players come back onto the floor, that was something that the Mountaineers struggled with, even though I think they struggled more with graduating members, like how we mentioned at the end of the first half, Faith Alston, who scored her 1,000th point against the Georgia Southern Eagles last year. Now, Mountaineers in press coverage. Simmons slips through some Mountaineer defenders and finds her teammate out in the corner by the Eagles bench. That was Nicole Gwynn that bounced off the rim. No good from the three-pointer. Mountaineers with the defensive rebound. Pericic finds Asia Ennis at the top of the key. We're going to have a whistle on the floor.
Violation on the Mountaineers.
Yeah, can't charge into people. That's
no
good. That's not how that works.
We've had quite a few fouls this game.
Eagles now coming out onto the floor. Dribbling down the floor, trying to set up their play as they pass half court. Eddings with the ball. We've got 6 fouls on the Mountaineers so far for the game. 5 fouls for the Eagles. And what a little shot there by India Green, making an immediate impact as she comes onto the floor here halfway through the third quarter, as she just shot a little mid-range two just past the charity stripe.
I expect nothing less from India Green. She is probably their best shooter on the team. Again, averaging 11.9 points per game.
Alara Sharp, something that she did not like there, as we have got a positive play on the floor, and we have an App State Mountaineer timeout. As the pep band gets going here in the Holmes Convocation Center, we're going to step aside during this media timeout, and we will be right back as it is 40-29 Mountaineers with 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Timeout is wrapping up here at the Holmes Convocation Center, but you know what's not wrapping up? App State men's basketball, they just hit the floor. What's going on with them, Marguerite?
App State, they're trying to catch up to ULM. App has 6, ULM has 10. But I believe we can make the comeback. We're doing pretty good this season.
An early 4-point deficit for the Mountaineers, but nothing we can't come back from.
Yeah, they're still the first half, 12-47 in the first half, so they should definitely be able to come back.
Absolutely. Very manageable comeback right there. As your women's basketball team now out here on the floor with possession, as Zeta Porter, working up against 2 Eagles defenders, moves to the left side of the floor and finds Carver. Carver unsuccessful, and we're going to have a turnover here as Eddings turns the ball over as Carver had a mishandle on the ball. Nicole Gwynn going to shoot a big 3 from the left corner by the Eagles bench. That was huge momentum for the Eagles coming out of that App State timeout. Now, Zeta Porter coming down the half-court line. Pericic sets a screen for her. Nothing works. They're out of it. However, Porter finds Pericic.
Beautiful shot from the Mountaineers. Score is 32-43.
What a 3 from Pericic. Now, Eddings with the ball for your Eagles. Or not your Eagles, the Georgia Southern Eagles. Eagles find something on the left side of the floor, dribbles in for a quick paint point. That is going to be Shanti Simmons.
Eagles getting their momentum back. They have been missing quite a few shots, but they seem pretty determined in the second half.
Marinero with the ball in the paint, finds Pericic again for another 3. She is on fire! 2 back-to-back threes. Elena Pericic showing the bigs how to shoot threes here with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Eddings going to try and find a teammate in the paint, but Porter's going to tip that ball out. Simmons is going to keep possession for the Eagles. Eddings moving around the top of the arc. Simmons, great play going in underneath. Going to get the underhanded layup and draw the foul.
Simmons is coming in at number 2 scorer for this game for the Eagles, having 3 points for this game.
That's going to be a foul on Pericic here. Pericic picking up her first foul of the game as Simmons goes to the line for the Eagles. Bounces in and out of the rim. No good by the Eagles. However, they do get the rebound. Finds an Eagle in the middle of the floor. That's India Green again, picking up 2 important layups for these Eagles as they're trying to find some momentum to break into this 8-point lead that the Mountaineers have.
India Green is definitely the top scorer for the Eagles. So I think it'd be smart they keep her in for a majority of the rest of the game.
Absolutely, and Alara Sharp is aware of Green's impact that she can have on the game. This is Alara Sharp's second timeout that she has just called very quickly from her first timeout of the half so far. So definitely Sharp trying to make sure India Green does not pick up too much momentum. Still unsure of why she wasn't as involved in the first half of this game, but making a serious impact here at the start of the second half. So we just had a quick 30-second timeout there as both teams are about to break huddle and break back out onto the floor.
Maybe they are trying to keep her energy for the second half so they can make a comeback.
Got some serious tunes playing right now in the Holmes Convocation Center. Now, Marinero will inbound the ball for your App State Mountaineers. Tafisi trying to shake Eddings just past half court. In, gets the ball. Mountaineers moving the ball around. Everyone trying to shake their defender. India Green on Emily Hagee at the moment. Something to watch. Green playing defense against Tafisi as she drives into the paint. Both attempts are unsuccessful. No shots were attempted. 3 on the play clock. Shot clock. Tafisi's going to have to hit like a play clock buzzer, and boom! Didn't even need her feet set. That's a 3 for Tafisi.
Beautiful score by Tafisi. Absolutely killing it this game.
Now Eddings trying to combat that 3 from Tafisi. Finds Nicole Gwynn, or my bad, Simmons by the Eagles bench. Not going to take a shot. Ball's on the right side of the floor now. Switching the side of the floor, trying to shake App State defenders as they are in zone coverage.
Ooh.
That's going to be a foul on Marinera there.
Yeah.
As Simmons hit the floor. My bad. That would be Emily Hagee. Emily Hagee may not be the tallest player on the floor, standing at 5'7", however, makes a huge impact in the paint. A scrappy, aggressive guard that doesn't let her size define how aggressive she can be working up against bigs. Nicole Gwynn inbounds the ball all the way to the top of the arc to Paris Gaines for the Eagles. Now Eddings working up against two App State defenders, and there's going to be a shot clock violation as the Eagles did not get the shot off in time.
Yeah, ref said that number 30, McKenna Eddings from the Eagles, had to travel right there.
Tafisi with the ball for the Mountaineers on the left side of the floor. Passes it even further to the App State bench to Pericic, who finds Carver, who's going to lose the ball. It's a scramble for the ball on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball. Hagee lucky to jump on that ball, so Mountaineers prevented a breakaway by the Eagles. Looking to see who's retaining possession here. Mountaineer possession, so clutch play right there by Emily Hagee to get on that ball and not let the Eagles take the possession away. There's 12 left on the shot clock.
Emily Hagee absolutely crushing it this game, just not letting her size define her and really just getting out there and playing to the best of her ability.
Samantha LaFawn in for the Mountaineers now. Hagee's going to drive into the basket. LaFawn drawing the defensive foul against the Eagles there to try and pick up two more quick points. It is 49-38 currently with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. Looking to extend the lead here as Samantha LaFawn shoots her free throw attempts. Just bounces off the back of the rim and is no good.
She has one more shot.
Claps with frustration there. Oh, it just bounces all around. And Marinera going to get a little too aggressive there on that offensive rebound as she tried to strip the ball away from India Green. And just as she rotated her body, Marinera just ended up grabbing all of India Green over her left shoulder and drawn the foul. Now Eagles inbounded from their baseline as the Mountaineers are set in defense. Moving the ball into the paint as India Green has subbed out for Leah Johnson, but Leah Johnson's going to be called for a traveling violation.
It's been a lot of traveling violations from the Eagles today.
Absolutely, something that you have to look at, just turning the ball over and just silly turnovers right there. 48 to go on the play clock, 44 to go left in this third quarter, 15 on the play clock.
That was a beautiful drive from number 21, Mountaineers.
Hagee trying to find something. 7 on the shot clock. Deep three by Carver from the right side of the floor. Samantha LaFawn tried to get that offensive rebound, but came up short, popped right back up, running down the floor. LaFawn, always someone you can count on to bring energy for this Mountaineer team, and the Mountaineer bench bounced up as LaFawn hit the floor. It was like, hey, great aggressiveness, way to fight for that ball. There's 28 seconds left in this third quarter. Simmons to inbound the ball, passes it out to Akinsola, who takes it out. There's no play clock now as there's 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. Akinsola doing just what she did at the end of the first quarter not too long ago, killing clock to not allow another Mountaineer possession at the moment. Leah Johnson with the ball for the Eagles. The teammate inside calling for the ball, not going to give it to him. Nicole Gwynn's going to try and make something work. Didn't even get close on this two-point attempt. Asia Ennis, clock expired, going to shoot a deep three just for funsies past half court. Didn't really get close, wouldn't have counted either way. However, the Mountaineers have got some smiles on their faces right now. They're feeling pretty comfortable with this 11-point lead right now. Still a very talented Eagles team on the other side, so they have to stay confident. However, Tafisi's been having fun today.
Yeah, I love seeing the energy on the court. They just seem like they're having a really fun time today, which is always great to see.
It is 49-38 as we go into our last quarter of play here in Boone, North Carolina. Stay tuned to 90.5 WASU here on YouTube for App State Women's Basketball. Holmes Convocation Center starting fourth quarter of play as the Pep Band is bringing the energy, as Ruby told us last time. Ruby, what do you have for us this time?
Y'all, there have been a couple points in this quarter so far that I have had to be prepared to duck because of how aggressive these players have been passing the ball. I have had to watch so closely to make sure that they don't miss a pass because I will refuse to get hit with the ball today. But the energy's been absolutely great. Coming back into this third quarter from half, you can tell that both teams have a lot of energy, and it's been an incredible game with each team playing super aggressively and very fast to keep this ball moving.
Well, you heard it here first. It's a duck zone down by the media table, by the sideline for this game as we are approaching the fourth quarter. And what is this? We've got Jamani Ingram and Eliana Tafisi grooving to the Pep Band down there. Pep Band definitely setting the tone here.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting into it. Tafisi's been showing her dance moves out here today.
Pep Band always just killing it, always bringing the vibes.
Absolutely. If there's one thing you take out of this broadcast today, it's that Eliana Tafisi's got some great dance moves, and the Pep Band is bringing the energy. Okay, Eddings inbounds the ball for the Eagles. Ball moving, trying to break into the floor. Mountaineers done a great job at protecting the paint today. As Nicole Gwynn's going to try and find something, but we're going to get a whistle on the floor. Tafisi just pounded the ground with a little bit of frustration there of like, yep, that one's on me. Can't do that. And it is a foul on Eliana Tafisi.
I think she definitely saw it coming.
She did. She knew it right from the start. Nicole Gwynn to inbound for the Georgia Southern Eagles. Oh my goodness, player hits the ground. Huge miscommunication. Mountaineers are running down the floor as the ball's rolling. Essentially, the Eagles just threw the ball down the floor.
McKenna Eddings really tried to dive for that, but there was nothing there.
Looks like McKenna Eddings might have tripped,
Maybe,
potentially.
yeah.
And so when Nicole Gwynn went to pass the ball to her, there was no teammate there.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, App State ball as the Eagles just threw it out of bounds. All right, Eliana Tafisi working up against press coverage with Akinsola in coverage. Ball on the left side of the floor right next to the App State bench. We're going to have a foul. Samantha Lafon yelling in excitement from the App State bench as it is going to be a foul on the Eagles.
I believe that was from Paris Gaines. Yep, Paris Gaines.
Killed that. Ate that up. Eliana Tafisi to inbound for the Mountaineers. As a miscommunication on the inbound between Marnair and Zeta Porter, but Marnair is going to steal that ball right back, so there's no possession. Then the Eagles are going to steal the ball right back out of Marinera's hands, going back and forth. What is that? We've got the Eagles head coach, Hannah Hayden, down there.
That's another travel on the Eagles, according to the ref.
She's just shaking her head there. She loved the aggressiveness that she saw from her team, but it was just another travel call that made the Eagles lose possession. Now, Mountaineers in possession. Zeta Porter working up against Eddings, getting into the paint.
That's travel from the Mountaineers. Zeta Porter.
Zeta Porter did the same thing that we saw Simmons do a little bit ago, which she rotated on her foot.
Yeah.
Just a little confused of what happened. But what I think is happening is that these players are playing so aggressively that their left foot that they're rotating on is just popping up off the ground. And once that left foot moves, it's travel.
Definitely an easy mistake to make, especially if you're just so into the zone of the game.
Eagles passing half court now. And the Eagles are just going to try and take a mid-range too, as they never really moved the ball. They just kind of looked around and made one pass, and then that was it. Wow, Zeta Porter zoned in on Emily Carver from the other side of the floor as Carver was cutting across the baseline. And Zeta Porter tried to get Carver for an underhanded layup potentially, and just missed her teammate as it was bounced out of bounds. And it bounced off an Eagle player, so there's still Mountaineer possession with 23 on the shot clock. Tafisi finds Porter. Porter on the right side of the floor. Finds Pericic inside in the paint. And is going to bounce off the rim. No good. Now, Buki Arkansola trying to make a move for the Eagles. Break into this lead as it is an 11-point deficit at the moment. And there's going to be a bucket for the Eagles.
Buki finally got her shot in for today. Beautiful shot, honestly.
For as much as she's held the ball, those are her first points
Yeah.
of the day. Mountaineers, a player, Emily Carver, trying to get some more points on the day as she goes in for a layup and just hits the ground. India Green in coverage. As now it is Eagles ball. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It is 49-40 Mountaineers. Eagles setting up a play. Buki Arkansola with the ball. Drives left. Still outside the arc. Gonna find India Green inside around the charity stripe. It's gonna be in and out. No good for the two-pointer.
That is shocking from India Green. She usually makes a lot of her shots.
Eliana Tafisi trying to make a move for the Mountaineers. Get something going here. After that unsuccessful attempt, we're gonna have a whistle on the floor. It's gonna be a foul on Pericic.
She's had a lot of fouls this game.
Definitely 2 fouls that she's picked up here recently. That's her second on the day. And Pericic is going to sub out as Riley Moffitt comes in. You'll remember Riley Moffitt subbed out when she picked up her foul. Pericic has since been in the game with the quick timeouts. So Pericic picks up a foul, so now Moffitt comes into the game. Sharp not letting her bigs pick up any, get into foul trouble here. As Nicole Gwynn is going to make something work against Emily Carver and make the bucket for the 2 in the paint and also draw the foul against Emily Carver.
Yeah, Nicole Gwynn has shot the most points for the Eagles, coming in at 14 points.
Been one of the offensive hopes and shines of light for these Eagles here. Nobody else in double digits. Closest person, Shanti Simmons with 9 for the Eagles. Now the Mountaineers take the ball after that successful free throw attempt. An underhanded layup by Emily Hagee as Tafisi found her in the left corner next to the App State bench and drove right down the baseline to get the layup. What a shot. Hagee is having a game.
Hagee's absolutely crushing it this game.
As the Eagles are going to have a quick comeback as India Green's going to drive through the paint and get a layup to balance out that Hagee layup. But Hagee's with 13 leading the Mountaineers. Now Tafisi inside, trying to find some help there. Moffitt's going to give it to her at the top of the key. Now we're going to get another whistle. Zeta Porter just keeps shooting right after the whistle today. Just out there having fun playing ball, but It's going to be a foul on Nicole Gwynn. The Mountaineers still not in the bonus, as we've seen some Eagles take foul shots today, or free throw shots. No free throw shots for the Mountaineers yet. Tafisi's going to inbound it to Moffitt. Moffitt shakes her defender and gets the two. Great, easy shot. Just fundamental basketball right there.
Yeah, Moffitt coming in with 6 points for this game, absolutely crushing it.
Eagles moving to the right side, moving the ball around the arc now, trying to find a way in. 12 on the play clock. Nicole Gwynn, who's shown a lot of hope today. Can't she make something work with 6 seconds on the play clock? Passes it out to Buki Akinsola, and it's going to be in and out for the Eagles from the three-point line. It's going to be App State defensive rebound. Tafisi got aggressive there, tried to get to Moffitt there in the paint, and it bounced out of Moffitt's hands and out of bounds. So now Eagles, quick possession there for the Mountaineers, and the Eagles now have the ball again. With 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go, those quick defensive possessions are going to be key for the Eagles coming back into this game. They want more time on offense, killing the clock and making shots. Now Nicole Gwynn trying to find some weird position two-pointer from the left side of the floor, and is going to come up no good. Tafisi just doing it all herself right now. Finds Zeta Porter at the top, thinks about the three. Zeta Porter called for another travel there.
Always shooting right after the whistle too, like
Yep.
you said earlier.
2 travels there. Zeta Porter showing some frustration after that call, signaling to Sharp of like, what's going on? However, her assistant coaches are hyping her back up, like, keep going, we need you to stay hot. You've got 10 points in this game. Eagles looking for something. Nicole Gwynn has the ball on the right side of the floor. Now India Green. 2 promising playmakers in the second half. Finds Paris Gaines.
Oh, ball is stuck.
The ball is stuck in the basket. Folks, that is harder to do than actually make the basket. Paris Gaines is giggling as she's walking down the floor right now. It's going to be App State ball, but Paris Gaines is like, man, a little too short. She just wedged it right in between the backboard and the rim.
That's pretty impressive, honestly.
It's always a funny moment when that happens in basketball. Zeta Porter to inbound for the Mountaineers as Eliana Tafisi passes half court with the ball. Hagee slips her defender and takes it from Tafisi, trying to make a play happen there. Nothing really came from it. Tries to find Carver. Parachich jumped up out of her seat. She thought Carver was going to, like, grab the ball in air, come back down, shake her defender, pop back up, and get a layup. Didn't go that way. It was an unsuccessful attempt. However, still, Parachich was hyped for it. She was ready for it. She was on the bench for the App State Mountaineers. And we've got immediate timeout right here on the floor. So it is 53-45 Mountaineers at the moment. 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Mountaineers got to hold on to this lead because this is a good one right here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. as we come back after the media timeout. We've got our own Ruby Leggett down on the sideline for us. Ruby?
During this break, I was having so much fun watching Yosef in the stands. He found this group of kids and was dancing, hyping up the whole crowd along with the cheerleaders, bringing the energy before our Lady Mountaineers got back onto the court.
Absolutely. Cotton Eye Joe joining Yosef there and bringing the energy back as Tafisi's going to inbound the ball for the Mountaineers here as we start play again. Zeta Porter with the ball. And it's going to be Buki is going to take the ball away from her. However, Hagee's going to take it right back. 7 on the shot clock. Mountaineers got to be away here. 5 to go. 4. Emily Carver's trapped in the corner. 3, 2. Carver's going to make this just shot because she has to. Comes up way short. It's going to be Eagles ball because it is a shot clock violation on the Mountaineers. That's their 3rd of the day.
Yeah, Gaines took a pretty hard fall, but she just got right back up, shook it off, is going to the other side of the court.
Gaines making a serious impact so far on the game today. Now as we have Akinsola taking the ball down the floor for the Eagles. They're pushing the ball around the arc, trying to find a weak spot in this Mountaineer defense. Moffitt guarding Gaines. Gwynn looking for something. Finds Gaines around the 3-point line and is no good.
Yeah, Gaines tried to make that shot, but it just barely bounced off the rim.
Absolutely. It's going to be Mountaineer ball. Update on your men's basketball team right now. It is 32-30 at halftime. Mountaineers have got the lead again. We were right. They took that lead back. So they are leading over the Warhawks at this point. Now as the Mountaineers are looking to close out this game here in Boone, North Carolina, as Carver has the ball on the right side of the floor. Moving to the middle, near the top of the key. Finds Elena Perchik. Eliana Tafisi. Bounces off Tafisi's foot. She regains possession. Notices that the play clock's at 1. Great awareness nonetheless. A little more open. She might have made that deep 3, but getting the shot off nonetheless.
It was a beautiful arc. It didn't go in, but the arc itself was beautiful.
Hey, you know what? Maybe you get points for that.
Hey, maybe.
Be a
Style
different
points.
It'd be a different game. All right, there's 3.5 minutes left to go. Eagles looking for some signs of life as they are down 8 on a scoring drought. Haven't scored in 3 minutes, the Eagles. They're going to find India Green in the paint, though, and they're going to break that.
I expect nothing less from India Green. She is their top scorer, not for this game, but for a lot of other games.
Absolutely. Mountaineers have turned the ball over 4 times in the last 3 minutes. Looking to break that streak. Carver went in to find Hagee, but it's going to be another silly turnover by the Mountaineers as it just bounced out of Hagee's hands. You could see the frustration on Hagee's face there.
Hagee is not happy about that. Just got to shake it off, though.
Definitely at this point, defense is going to be key, killing a lot of time as we have Elena Perchich coming into the game for the Mountaineers for Rylan Moffitt.
Still a really close game. Eagles 47, Mountaineers 53 in this 4th quarter.
Eddings now to bring the ball down for the Eagles. Moving to the right side of the floor. Passes it into Paris Gaines. Perchich in coverage. And we're going to get a whistle on the floor as the ball was moved around to India Green, eventually back in the paint. It's going to be a foul on Zeta Porter, picking up her first foul of the day with 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Eagles to inbound it from their own baseline. Oh my gosh, she just hit. Man, we got a whistle. Eddings stopped paying attention and got nailed in the face with the ball. Gwen is like, I am so sorry. Man, that is something you never want to feel. A basketball hitting your face like that? Ouch. All right. Eliana Tafisi's going to dribble down the floor just past half court so Laura Sharp can call a timeout. 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go. That possession did not go well at all for the Eagles. I hope Eddings is okay.
I hope she's okay. Maybe she just wasn't locked in, and you always got to stay paying attention. You don't want that ball to come hit you.
Absolutely. Alara Sharp Looking at her App State Mountaineers right now, they've had 5 turnovers in the last 3 minutes and 44 seconds. And with that, they're on a scoring drought as well. However, the Eagles have only scored a layup in that time frame. So really, not much offensive action going on for either of these programs at the moment. And it's something that this timeout may prove to be very beneficial to both programs, even though App State called the timeout.
Yeah, Eagles can get a lot from this timeout. Maybe have all their players lock in just a little extra hard. Get that offense going.
Mountaineers with the ball. Tafisi calling out the play that Sharp probably just drew up in that huddle. Finds Carver at the top. Carver trying to get to Hagee. Carver's been off today because she's going to turn the ball over to Simmons, who's going to find Gwynn for the 3, and it's just going to bounce right off the end, but India Green's going to get the offensive rebound. Tafisi trying to trap Green in the right corner of the floor. Now there's Paris trying to find a look, can't find it. Now Eddings is going to settle down. 10 left on the play clock. Eddings moving up against 2 App State defenders, going to just take a deep 3 with the play clock winding down. Hagee not letting anybody take that ball away from her on that amazing defensive rebound. There were 2 Eagles around her, and she was swinging that ball from side to side.
Eagles were not going to get the ball. Not that time.
Paris Gaines is going to get a foul, too, and Hagee is going to go to the line as App State is now in the bonus.
Is this their first bonus of the game?
Absolutely it is, Marguerite. So now Hagee to go to the line for the first time today. My bad. Samantha LaFawn went to the line in the second quarter, however, was unsuccessful. And Hagee can't sink the first one. These free throw shots going to be helpful as we go into those final 2 minutes in this game. She's going to sink the second one.
That was a beautiful shot.
54-47, 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Buki Akinsola trying to make a move in the paint. She's going to get it. Does it all herself with the layup.
Someone is hurt on the court.
Pericic proving to show some pain. Looks like she just got hit in the nose.
Yep. Looks like the nose. Maybe bloody nose, I'm not sure.
Okay, she's motioning
good.
thumbs up to her bench. All of the App State bench was standing there. Pericic, such an important recruit from this team. One of the 4 international students that we have this semester on the App State Mountaineer roster. Pericic from Croatia. Showing her toughness here. She's still rubbing that nose, but
she's still in the game.
Playing defense nonetheless. 2 minutes left in this game. Zeta Porter working up against Nicole Gwynn at the top of the arc. Going back and forth. Going to pass it to her teammate Pericic. It's going to go to Hagee. Hagee's defender lost its spot, but then she's going to pitch it out to Porter. Unsuccessful. Pericic is going to have to fight for this layup. App State is mad there. They're motioning that India Green should have been called for a foul there. There was so much contact on that play.
Yeah, crowd is not happy about it either. You can hear them chanting boo, probably towards the ref's call. Pericic was definitely not happy about that.
Definitely shocked that there wasn't a foul called. However, there is a foul on the floor. The refs have just, hold up, timeout. We're on an official review. There's no timeout on the floor, but we are on an official review now. They're going over that call to make sure that they didn't miss anything, because from our point of view, Marguerite, it looked like when Pericic was down with the ball, she was working up against Indiana Green and Paris Gaines.
Yeah. It looked like it definitely should have been a foul. Not being biased, like it looked like it should have been a foul.
There were just enough Eagles players around her, and when Pericic couldn't get the ball up to shoot the layup, a lot of times you have to think that there might be contact involved in that play there. We can't see the official review here on the screen at the Holmes Convocation Center. However, we are just going off of what we know. Both teams in their huddles at the moment. The refs look like they've come to a decision. All right. It is going to be Still Eagles possession. We got some boos from the crowd right now. However, it could have very well just been good defense. And sometimes if you just keep contact on the ball, if you just touch the ball, there cannot be a foul. If you make contact with a player who has the ball, the offensive player, then that's when fouls can be called. So great defensive play there by the Eagles as the refs reviewed their call. Now, Eagles trying to find some life here. India Green working up against Pericic. Gonna be unsuccessful. App State, it's getting loud here in the Holmes Convocation Center. Tafisi driving down the left side of the floor, trying to kill clock here. 20 on the play clock with 1:15 to go. It is 54-49, 5-point game. Pericic just working up, or not, Tafisi just working up against Eddings here at the top left corner next to the half-court line. Now gonna find Carver, gonna make a move with 7 on the play clock. On the left side of the floor, ball moving to the top of the key. Now, Tafisi's gonna turn the ball over to India Green as she tried to pass it to Porter in the paint. Eagles on a break here, 52 seconds to go. Gonna shoot a 3 by the Eagles, and it's gonna come up way short. Pericic and Hagee dive to the floor to get that ball. As it's a loose ball on the ground, we've got whistles. And it's gonna be Georgia Southern possession on the ball. 47 seconds to go, 21 on the play clock here. The Eagles, if they get a three-pointer here, it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to make a comeback. They are getting closer and closer with every second.
App State has only scored 5 points so far in this fourth quarter. Georgia Southern with 11. But both teams, really most of the points in this game coming out of the third quarter. App State scored 21 points, Georgia Southern 18 points, but App State is still on a huge drought right now. They haven't scored a single field goal in the last 5 minutes and 51 seconds, and on top of that, 7 turnovers. App State really struggling and closing out their games recently as they worked so hard in the third quarter to build this lead out of what they built in the first half, and just to let the team come back in the fourth quarter.
Maybe Mountaineers are getting a little cocky. They got to get back into the game just to really lock it down so the Eagles can maybe not score as much as they have been in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Both teams in huddle right now as we hear the buzzer for the huddles to disperse. We're trying to get hyped here in the Holmes Convocation Center. That controversial call that just happened minutes ago. Looking to amp up everyone around us. We have We Are App State chants going on as we have Tafisi, Porter, Carver, Pericic, and Riley Moffitt. Both Moffitt and Pericic in the game right now for your App State Mountaineers. It's going to be Eagles ball as they inbound it from their own baseline here. Surely do have a play drawn up of what is ideal. App State's defense going to come in clutch here. Whistle has been blown. They find Simmons in the corner.
Whoa.
Tafisi, great takeaway there. Takes it away from Simmons. Now she's just got to get to the half-court line before the 8-second violation. She makes it past the half-court. Great job. Now she's just killing clock, and Tafisi will be fouled. Amazing defensive turnover there, right there in the corner. Could not have come at a better time with 34 seconds to go. It is 54-49.
Yeah, Tafisi has just been killing it this game, honestly, with her turnovers, and she's about to get a shot over here. See if she makes it.
Tafisi did the charity stripe for the Mountaineers and makes the first one of her 2. Just the second free throw shot to be made from today by the Mountaineers. Tafisi for a second shot. Girl is perfect.
Beautiful shot from Tafisi. She's absolutely just killing it this game, honestly.
Absolutely. Georgia Southern calling a timeout to advance the ball. Their final timeout of the game.
We got 34 seconds left in the game. 49 Eagles, 56 Mountaineers. We are now up 2 more from before.
You know, it really does. There's a lot of times you just want to imagine what's going on inside those huddles right now as these coaches are prepping their team to execute almost perfectly with such little time remaining. 34 seconds left in this game. The play clock is still in effect as it is at 30 seconds. So therefore, there will be at least 2 possessions left in this game. Eagles to inbound it from their sideline by their bench. Inbounds it. Eagles driving straight to the paint. There was nothing there. Rylan Moffitt, huge block. However, with an offensive rebound by India Green, she gets the layup. But what a block by Moffitt. That was as clean as you can get it.
Yeah, beautiful block from Moffitt. We are now going into another timeout from App State.
Absolutely. Sharp going to advance the ball into her side of the ball right now, or her side of the floor, to prevent any miscues that might happen with the Georgia Southern press coverage. That is to be assumed that what they would do with 29 seconds to go. It is a 5-point game, so with those 2 successful free throw attempts, it allowed the Mountaineers to be able to sacrifice that basket by India Green there, keeping that 5-point lead, which is huge, as the biggest point score you could get would be a 4-point score with a 3-pointer with a foul.
Yeah.
So this 5-point lead, definitely a comfortable lead for the Mountaineers right now, hoping to kill off the rest of this clock. There's 29.2 seconds left in the game, so therefore the play clock is not in play anymore for the rest of this game. The Mountaineers looking to kill off the rest of the clock. Georgia Southern being expected to foul.
Ooh, that was a pick from Carver. Buki.
We've got a Georgia Southern player down on the ground, and there's going to be a foul on the Mountaineers as when Tafisi broke away, her defender, Nicole Gwynn, hit the ground. Paris Gaines is going to sub in for the Eagles now. So it is going to be Eagles ball. An unfortunate mishap that just happened. Samantha LaFawn on the bench. She is leading cheers in the Holmes Convocation Center right now. She has stood up. She's orchestrated the entire crowd here to defense chants. Oh my gosh, what a crucial. So as the Eagles just inbounded the ball, they pass it in to Simmons, who then gave it back to Gwynn. And when Gwynn got the ball, she was behind the half-court line. So therefore, it was a half-court violation. 2 very quick turnovers by both of these programs. Just the turnovers, those are just such silly turnovers that we talked about from the Georgia Southern Eagles at the start of this game. Now, Zeta Porter trying to kill time. However, Eddings is going to foul Porter. Porter's still shooting baskets after the whistle. Looks like it might have just been a pass to the ref, but still shooting just for fun. 26 seconds. It feels like the game would have been over by now. However, we've only killed 3 seconds of play time in the past 2 minutes.
It's definitely a short or a very long 30 seconds to end this game.
Zeta Porter makes the first of her free throw attempts, extending the lead to 6. 57-51 Mountaineers. 26 seconds to go. Porter again. Perfect from the line. Huge clutch free throws.
I expect nothing less from Zeta Porter. She is a very strong shooter from the Mountaineers.
Shanti Simmons checking in. As Paris Gaines subs out, you have to think now that the head coach for the Eagles is thinking, okay, 3-pointers now. That's what we want. So now Buki's got the ball. Moving inside the paint against Tafisi. Just going to miss the rim entirely. At least she hit the backboard. Eddings getting the rebound for these Eagles. It's going to be Gwynn wide open in the corner and overshoots the basket entirely. However, India Green almost made an even more difficult 2-pointer to get the layup. It's going to be 58-53 as the pep band is chanting air ball. From that missed shot by Nicole Gwynn. There are 9 seconds left in the game. It's yet again a 5-point game. The only points that the Mountaineers have scored in the last 6.5 minutes, and the only way they retained this lead are those 4 made free throw attempts from Eliana Tafisi and Zeta Porter. If they had not made those attempts, this would be a tied. This would be a 1-point ball game right now.
Yeah, we already knew coming into this was probably going to be a very close game, and I would say it definitely tracks.
A defensive-heavy game as they both scored under their average points per game. However, still entertaining none the least. As Both teams are in their huddle right now.
We've been seeing some great defensive plays. I believe we're going to keep seeing that in the last 9 seconds. Probably going to just try and run out the clock, make sure no one scores from the Mountaineers.
As the teams leave their huddles, the We Are App State chants continue again. The pep band, as Ruby commented earlier, bringing the energy, just like how Samantha LaFawn was leading that defense chant just a moment ago. Eliana Tafisi will inbound the ball on the sideline for the Mountaineers right next to her own bench. Tafisi, as the whistle is blown, looking for a teammate, finds Moffitt in the back floor, and she's fouled.
Another whistle down on the court.
Kenna Eddings getting the quick foul there by the Mountaineers.
Moffitt will be taking these free shots.
So as Emily Carver subs into the game. Definitely looking a very impactful defensive player that we have on the Mountaineer team. And Ryla Moffitt makes her first shot. After the Mountaineers didn't make their first 4 shots, they've gone perfect. And she drilled it. Didn't even announcer jinx it there. Okay, now 7 seconds to go. Nicole Gwynn looking for an option. She's gonna pitch it out to Buki, and she's gonna shoot a 3 with 2 seconds left to go. So it's 60-56. Mountaineers now to inbound the ball with 2 seconds left in the game. It's a 4-point game. Zeta Porter gonna find her teammate Carver in the middle of the floor, let the time expire, and that is a Mountaineer victory, 60-56. What an exciting game. Had us on the edge of our seats there.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't score much in the fourth quarter, but their success early in the game was enough, and that was all we needed from that. Thank you so much for tuning into this game today. An amazing rivalry game that we had here in Boone, North Carolina, as App State extended their winning streak against Georgia Southern here in the Holmes Convocation Center, proving to be a tough place to play in conference play. So huge shout out to all the App State fans that showed out today, and as always, the App State Pep Band. Thank you so much for listening to us. I'm Grace Ellen Callan, joined by my partner here, Marguerite Huckabee, and down on sideline, Ruby Leggett. It's so long from here, and thank you for listening to App State Women's Basketball on 90.